If you don't get upset when Jessie reveals her backstory, you're heartless. There's no two ways around this. You are heartless. Hi, my name is Lucian Denner, and I love the Toy Story franchise. On top, before the release of Toy Story 4, I wanted to review all 1, 2, and 3. So this week we're on to 2. Later on this week we'll be on to 3, and then on Friday, maybe Saturday morning, I'll have the review for Toy Story 4 out. So let's get started talking about Toy Story 2. To me, Toy Story 2 is a perfect sequel, and I go back and forth all the time which I like more. I think it's just whatever mood I'm in, if I like Toy Story 1 more or Toy Story 2 more. But everyone always goes on about how Shrek 2 is a perfect sequel. I love Shrek 2, but in my opinion, Toy Story 2 is better than Shrek 2. It hits me closer to home every single time. Toy Story 2 also does a great job of fleshing out the world, where in Toy Story 1, all we got to see was Andy's room and Sid's room, and then a little small glimpse of Pizza Planet. But in this movie, we get to see Andy's room again, we get to see Al's apartment, Al's toy barn, we get to see an airport, and a lot more streets. So we got more feel, we got loads of new characters introduced from the toy store. We also got the introduction of the main characters of Bullseye and Jessie. Bullseye was wasn't majorly important in Toy Story 2. He's heavily pushed into the background for Toy Story 3, and I imagine it'd be the same for Toy Story 4. But Jessie's been a front and center character since Toy Story 2. Doesn't look like it's so much in Toy Story 3 or Toy Story 4. I hope she has I hope she has something to do, but judging by the trailers, doesn't look like much. But hopefully there is. But the backstory that she gives in this movie, it is heartbreaking, and every time I see it, it's so emotional to see. Do you see what I mean? That scene is just heartbreaking. We also get the introduction of Stinky Pete, which in my opinion is the best villain we've got in this franchise so far. He's so menacing, and you don't see him coming as a villain until it's revealed, where in Toy Story 3, even when I was younger, I knew Lotso was going to be the villain. They were kind of setting it up where Stinky Pete literally came out of nowhere. And I think he's the best villain we've had so far. And there's a theory going around that the twist villain of Toy Story 4 will be Bo Peep. Can't see it happening. Really hope it doesn't happen. And just like I said with Toy Story 1, there's so many iconic shots in this movie, where you've got the toys crossing the road to get to Al's toy barn, or you've got Woody and Buzz chasing the plane on Bullseye, and then another personal favourite of mine, which is the toys all charging at the vent in Al's apartment, and Rex shouting, "But I don't want to use my hands!" For some odd reason, I always tend to watch Toy Story 2 more than Toy Story 1. I think Toy Story 2 is the one I've seen most of all three of them. But as I said earlier on, it depends on the day. Some days it could be Toy Story 1, I prefer more. Some days it could be Toy Story 2. At the moment, I'm liking Toy Story 1 more than Toy Story 2. But I don't know, Toy Story 3 has never come up to that point where I don't know which I like more. I love Toy Story 3, I just don't think I love it as much as these two. Overall, I love Toy Story 2. I just love this franchise in general. I'm going to talk about Toy Story 3 in the next couple of days, but let me know what your thoughts of Toy Story 2 is down below. And thanks for watching.